Another Champions League fixture. Is this going to be a repeat of last year's Champions League clash with PSG, where we beat them earlier in the season and then we lost in the semi-final? Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to stay for this one because trust me, there's a few things I'm going to be talking about which will make you think as Arsenal fans. And I backed out the yellow today because the sun is shining. So with my match prediction, I hope the sun shines on us come Wednesday because we desperately need a victory if we want to progress in that Champions League campaign and reach the final. We are 2 games away from the final, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. We'll go up against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. Going to be a great game, I feel like. We had a great, fantastic victory against them early in the season where we smashed them by 4 goals at the Emirates. Now, a lot's changed between that time. Atletico were beaten by Real Sociedad in their recent cup final game. And just like us, we lost to Man City in our cup final game, eliminated by Southampton. But along the way, Atletico have beaten Barcelona in the Champions League. They've beaten some heavyweights compared to Arsenal on their journey to the semi-final where we had Sporting Lisbon. Now, I'm not saying Sporting Lisbon are trash, but I mean, they're definitely better than Barcelona are definitely better than Sporting Lisbon. So Atletico, deserve to be here because of the journey they've had in the Champions League. And they've got a great team as well. One thing that I don't want to happen from last year is the way we played against PSG. Now, I feel like Arsenal last year in the semi-final look way better than Arsenal currently right now in the Champions League. And it's not because we're facing a team that I feel like we can just brush over. But I feel like we were playing proper football this time last year. Even though we didn't win it, we didn't beat PSG. But I felt like injuries were the reason why we didn't make it past the line. I know it just sounds like excuses, but we're not playing great football right now. I think we can all agree. The attack has been absolutely abysmal. The defence is the only reason why we're not losing certain games. A common theme of Arsenal this month is scoring 1 goal. If you look at the last 5 games, Arsenal are just scoring 1 goal at a time. Our goal average is very, very poor. Even when we played Newcastle the other day, the shots they were having, they were going to get a better goal average than Arsenal because of our shot conversion. Our shot conversion is really, really, really poor. And I think if you want to win the Champions League, you're going to have to score. Yeah? If you want to beat Atletico, you're going to have to score. Players like Eze need to be playing. Players like Odegaard don't need to be playing. I still stick by what I said in my post-match reaction, which will be at the end of this video if you've missed it. Odegaard is holding the team back. You look at Arsenal, we are not giving our striker service. He is a service striker. There's been a video online where people like Victor Gyökeres is one of the worst signings. Couldn't pass the ball to Saka on the counter-attack. But listen, his job isn't to create. His job is to score. Your number 10 could have buried this game ages ago if he learnt to give proper service, which he doesn't do. And as a result, we're scraping by wins, the ones that we do have. And it's showing that these cracks, if they're not addressed, will make you lose games. We've seen it already. We've come out of 2 cups. Premier League is still on top. If City win, they'll be on top. If we win, we'll be back on top. It's neck and neck. We need to avoid that mistake come Wednesday. We need to score goals because it's over 2 legs this time. We're not playing this team once, it's 2 legs. We are playing away the first game just like we did against Leverkusen. We came out of Leverkusen with a draw. We came out of Sporting Lisbon with a 1-0 lead. But, I mean, to be on the safe side, you need to be scoring more goals because just like Newcastle, one simple mistake from Arsenal can cost you a goal, which can cost you points, which can cost you a match. Arsenal's record against Spanish team isn't the best. We beat Atletico, yes, but when it comes to crunch time, Arsenal are not great when it comes to Spanish teams. Now, is this the part of the season where Mikel Arteta proves everybody wrong and can, I wouldn't say demolish Atletico Madrid, but beat them away and come to the Emirates and have a bit more relaxed game? This is what he needs to do. He's got 4 games left in the Premier League. He's got this game, another game, and then he's in the final for the Champions League if he can do it. But this game is very crucial for Mikel Arteta and his future. Because if you don't win the Champions League and you get eliminated by Atletico Madrid, fans will be protesting. They would want you out. There's a lot of other YouTubers and creators out there that strongly agree that Mikel Arteta, if he doesn't deliver a trophy, needs to leave. And I feel like everything he does, when it comes to team selection, the subs, everything, he'll be scrutinised for it. Make the subs early if they need to be done. Don't play players because you favour them. I.e., Erdegaard. Play players you know will make an impact. Eze hit the post against City. Could have got us a goal. He was unfortunate to come off. We don't know the extent of his injury right now. Maybe it was a tactical approach so Eze can be ready for Wednesday. I don't know. But he's smiling while he was down, so maybe that's a great sign for us. But he needs to be playing on Wednesday. How effective has he been on the left? I mean, he scored a goal the other day. Kai Havertz assist. Kai Havertz, I don't feel like will play Wednesday because he was holding his groin. When you hold your groin, it's not a great sign. Atletico Madrid, they're kind of like the Arsenal of Premier League, of La Liga, sorry. And if you look at the records, it's kind of identical. Like, I'm looking here right now, and it's both teams have won their last game. So obviously, we beat Newcastle. They beat Athletic Bilbao. Elche, they lost 3-2. We lost 2-1 to Man City. They drew 2-2 to Real Sociedad, where they lost the cup final. We drew 0-0 to Sporting Lisbon. They lost to Barcelona in the Champions League 2-1, which they advanced to. And we lost 2-1 against Bournemouth. So, I mean, we're basically we are identical right now in terms of our records. So this is why I feel like this game will be interesting. Will it be the 4-0 like last time? I don't think it'll be near that because of the way we are playing up front. Up front is abysmal. That's my biggest worry. If it was not for a solid defence, I'm telling you, Arsenal will not be challenging for the Premier League. Defences do win you Premier Leagues, as quoted by Alex Ferguson, I understand, but that doesn't mean that your up front stop scoring because they need you to win they need to win the match. They need to score the goals. Defence doesn't allow the goals to go in, but the attack needs to score to allow the victory, is what I'm basically saying. So one half the pitch are doing their job, the other half are not. And it's a shame. It is a big shame because individually, they're all quality players. But something is just not clicking at the end of the season. And I think it might be some naiveness by Mikel Arteta. Some players might not be invested with this Arsenal team. Their heads might be looking to leave in summer. I really don't know. But things aren't really clicking for Arsenal up front. And it's a worrying sign. I think this time last year, even though we had no Kai Havertz, we were scoring. We managed to score against PSG. We didn't do too bad. We didn't win the league, of course, but I felt like there was some style of play which allowed Arsenal to score. We had some great shots when we played PSG last year. I think Donnarumma is the reason why they didn't lose when we played at Parc de France. I feel like that's the same Arsenal. Now, I feel like it's a mixture of the midfield being really tired. Zubimendi pace is not the best. Anyone that's pacey, he gets outrun. Erdegaard's not clicking. Trossard's not clicking. The strikers are not clicking. It's everything. I mean, Madueke had a terrible game. It's great they have Saka back. I was quite critical of Saka as well. And Madueke at one point, I said he's one of our most informed wingers right now, but he seemed to have dipped as well. Some players dip. We need the players to rise up that are next in line. Calafiori, he spent more time on the stretcher than on the pitch. But these are things that can ruin a season, especially towards the end. They definitely need to go in and win this victory. I mean, how do I want them to line up? I do not want to see Kepa in goal. We need David Raya in goal. We need... Ben White didn't have a bad game, to be honest. But how will he match up against Julian Alvarez? How will he match up against, Simeone on the right side? How will he match up with Baena? How will he match up against, Griezmann? Can he handle the pressure? I think he'll be okay. So I'm going to say Ben White right back. Saliba, Gabriel centre back. I mean, they played phenomenal together. One of the best centre back duos in the world, in my opinion. Left back, Hincapié has been playing great as well. I don't know if Calafiori will be back. If he does, I mean, I still would rather have Hincapié play as a starting left back because he's been playing really consistent, you know. Going forward, he's not the best, yes, but when it comes to defensive duties, I mean, he's probably one of the reasons why we never lost against Newcastle. Midfield, I know I've been cussing him out for being tired, but Zubimendi and Rice, I mean, what other option do we have? He doesn't want to play Norgard. Marino's obviously not back, so he's going to obviously start Declan Rice and Zubimendi. Left, I think Martinelli. I still feel like he's a Champions League gem. So I'm going to say Martinelli on the left, Eze behind the striker. I'm going to say Gyökeres up front. I think he can cause some disruption in the Champions League games. And then I'm going to say Saka on the right because Madueke, he did not have a great game. And what do I see the scoreline being? The scoreline, it's going to be tough to call because they're quite similar. But I feel like with Arsenal, you know, in the last, well, I mean, look, if I count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, in our last 4 games, we've scored 3 goals. And just to let you know that out of those 4 games, we've only won 1. Whereas Atletico, they scored 9 in their last 4. So there's a big difference between the goal scorers. Atletico's attack right now is better than Arsenal's. The defense, I don't think, is better than Arsenal's, but the attack is definitely better than Arsenal's. So it's basically going to be attack versus defense this game, I feel like. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be 4-0. I feel like if I was to go for a realistic scoreline, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. And if we come out of a draw from Atletico, playing away, I feel that would be great for us. Of course, we need the win. I would want us to win, but I'm just going to be realistic. And I'm going off previous performances. Arsenal are not playing great football up front. So therefore, I'm going for 1-1. And I mean, the evidence supports what I'm saying. You know, we're averaging 1 goal a game. They've scored 9 in 4 games. We've scored 3 goals in 4 games. Like, they're definitely going to outdo us. But we just need to make sure that, you know, we go in there, have a game plan, and see what we can do. Hopefully, this game could be the turning point. We want it to be. 4 games left in the Premier League. If we win today, motivation. Because Arsenal have not reached a final since 2006 in the Champions League with the same colour shirt I'm wearing. With 15 minutes left, we got cooked. So, this is why I'm saying Arsenal need to make sure they win this game. It could change the mindset of the players. Could give the fans actual hope that we can walk away with a trophy this season. But yeah, I'll be doing a watch along for the game on Wednesday. Make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I upload consistently and you don't want to miss it. Till next time.